Okay, banker, I'm going to make you the presenter. Welcome to our community. Everyone that loves crypto, let's hear about the banker's crypto journey. There you go, buddy. Waiting to hear your voice to the screen.
Can you hear me, Dale?
Got you, banker.
Hey, how's it going?
Why do people in the crypto world favor anonymity more than any other group of people that I've interviewed? And I've interviewed people from all different asset classes, that they just want to hide in their closets and make money.
Well, I tell you, one of the reasons why we're creating the Star Wars cryptocurrency, and the banker is just I would say more of an alter ego than anything. As Star Wars is a mythological thing, why don't we make the actual person that's in charge of the launching of the Star Wars cryptocurrency and make that person a fictional character as well? And so that's kind of the start of things. But you are right. There is a lot of anonymity out there in the crypto world, and we have things like one of the things that I've been real concerned about and watching as of late was the whole BitConnect scandal. I don't know if you're familiar with, if your listeners are familiar with BitConnect, but BitConnect was a lending platform in the crypto world that was reeling in people and using their investments and all of that stuff to, basically switch Bitcoin, BTC, to their BCC platform. Went all the way up to about $450 a coin, and then it just fell off the face of the planet. And right now, I believe it's worth a little bit over 10 cents per Bitcoin, or per BitConnect coin. So people lost a lot of money.
A lot of fraud out there. So how do you do your due diligence to know whether these ICOs are for real or not? In the stock market, a lot has to do with management. So do you have to know the people behind it?
Well, one of the big things is making sure that the coin itself, or the token itself, is compliant, and that the Security Exchange Commission is following it and making sure that it can be considered as a commodity or a currency. And one of the big things that we are trying to pattern the Star Wars cryptocurrency after is the AML Bitcoin. And AML Bitcoin was supposed to launch on HIT BTC, which is one of the Bitcoin exchanges here, and it was supposed to launch here in March as basically the tether of Bitcoin. If you're familiar with Tether, Tether is this particular coin that is always stating that it's will always be worth at least $1. It'll never go below that. So it's saying that it follows the US dollar, and then it will always stay in range with that. Well, AML is supposed to do second thing better there. It's supposed to not only...
That stand for anti-money laundering?
Correct. Yep, anti-money laundering Bitcoin. And what that is also KYC compliant, which is know your customer, and it's also biometric. And so it's all included within the code of the actual coin, the algorithm, the computer program itself is all in that. Actually, it's being tested right now with the San Francisco Port Authority, and what they're using is they want to do this as a means of exchange with other nations such as China, Japan, and such that are really taking off in the whole crypto world. I mean, as far as the United States is concerned, we're kind of, I would say, a little bit behind. And I think one of the reasons why Bitcoin has taken such a big tumble over the last, pretty much since December, we've seen Bitcoin kind of go up and down. And since you and I have been talking, we have seen Bitcoin go from, probably the high 15,000s to where it is right now at about 9,800. And I believe we are going to see this we're going to see Bitcoin take a pretty good fall again. And I think we're in a bear market. A lot of Ethereum, which is the basically the next step. It was built on the Bitcoin platform. I think what we're going to see is what they call the flippage, and basically what that is we're going to see the market share be taken over a little bit more by Ethereum than it is Bitcoin. I have seen shorts at Bitcoin at $2.99 for August, $2.99. That's what they're talking as a possible.
You mean their puts, or what do you mean?
No.
Shorts?
Well, I mean, there's puts.
They're looking for looking for $3 Bitcoin.
Yeah, $3 Bitcoins. And that I saw that put early in January, and I was like, that sounds very interesting. And now that we're seeing the Dow is looking a little interesting, I would say, as far as the charts are setting up. I think the Dow could even dip down even further down to 21, 22 before it rallies all the way up into the 30s again.
Okay, so you are a believer in the correlation of animal spirits in things like Bitcoin and the stock market moving together?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I think Bitcoin's more in line with the S&P. Now, here's the thing: can cryptocurrency take over? Can it really pull the market up? And I believe that yes, it can, because here we have a speculative asset that is, right now we're saying this particular asset's worth $9,800. Well, that's interesting. But when you look at the stock market, here is BTC right here. This is the Bitcoin. This is basically the blockchain. This is the oldest blockchain company there is out there. We're looking at this company. It's been around for a good 8 years, and it's been following Bitcoin. This thing has not pulled out of the 8-cent range forever. I have been watching this. I've been with BTCS for about 5 years on the stock market, and I saw it rally this year up to about 40, 50 cents, but it's been sitting at this. This is where I think Bitcoin should be more at. I think we should see Bitcoin more at this range than where it's at at the $9,000 range. However, AML, which is this particular built on the platform of Bitcoin, I could see that this could go anywhere, following at the same rate of where Bitcoin is right now, just by the technology that's behind it. Because Bitcoin really has no technology. It's just a basic algorithm. It was written by Satoshi Nakamoto, who also has said that the Bitcoin itself should be available, or enough Bitcoin should be out there until 2147. That's a long time from now. And there is a limited amount of supply. However, we're now seeing how many altcoins showing up on the market that are built upon the Bitcoin platform or the Ethereum platform. We're looking at so many that are out there. Since January alone, there have been over 150 different cryptocurrencies that have been made. The one thing that we want to do to stand out above the rest is we're not trying to create a cryptocurrency. We're trying to create more of a tradable commodity that can be used not only for fans' merchandise, but everything up from the web all the way down to the Comic-Cons. That is what we want to create, and then we also going to be used in now the new Disney Galaxy's Edge that's opening at Disneyland. We'd like to somehow incorporate Jed Cred, which is the Jedi Credit. JedCred.io is our website. We want to include that into what's happening with Disney and this whole new push with Star Wars. And not only do we want to create a cryptocurrency that's made by fans for the fans, we really want to have something that stands out above all the other cryptocurrencies that are out there that seem like some that are quite scammy.
Okay, so where are you in your process?
Yes, right now what we're looking at is as we're putting together a white paper. As I said, right now I've been dealing with I had some kind of health problems in the early part of this year that I've been dealing with, and the white papers are getting put together. We're ready to put together some patents as well. However, the one thing that we're kind of waiting on is this AML listing. And once AML gets listed, we have a better understanding of where we can be, and because we want to create a currency that will follow along the dollar as well, and that will also increase in value and not be so volatile as well. And that's the other thing, can Bitcoin itself become less volatile? And that could be one of the reasons why we're seeing Bitcoin kind of go at it sideways. It's going pretty much sideways right now, is maybe the volatility itself is lessening, and that could be a positive thing for Bitcoin as well. We really don't know what's happening right now with BTC.
Okay, so you're looking for a bear market. Are you looking to exploit it by taking any kind of bearish bets on any of these cryptos?
Well, no. One of the things that we really want, one of the things that I think is, and this is where I say I believe that Bitcoin may be bearish. However, I do not believe that Ethereum is going to be bearish. We've now, kind of pulled up Ethereum right here. As we can see right here, we're starting to see a good rounded bottom right here, or it could be the form of a cup and handle. But we have seen this take place before, as you and I have been talking about it over the last month. I thought that we were seeing a good solid cup and handle being made. Well, here is a stock called SSC, and SSC is 7 Stars Cloud. This is a Chinese crypto currency type exchange that is out there. Has that been bought out, or not been bought out, but it has deals with Disney, has deals with several of the entertainment industries, and they just launched this sports gambling crypto platform for the SSC. Well, this particular stock I thought was forming a very nice cup and handle. Well, it definitely broke, and it's now, I think, in a very bearish market. One of the things that we have seen here is that you just don't know what's happening. It's just such a volatile market right now, and until August, maybe September, we really can't. I don't think we're going to see any pull up. Maybe we might see it go past 11,000 for BTC. Probably Ethereum, we're probably going to see it up towards 1,200 again. But I think we're going to see a pullback again at the end of July, and then we're probably going to be a bear market until September, until it blips up again. And that's kind of been the trend for, gosh, probably a good 2 years, 3 years, where we've seen August we see an uptick in August, and then we see this downtick. And then we see a push up in November and December, and that's just kind of been a trend. But one of the other things that I think is we're going to see, if for one instance that Bitcoin does explode, and there are some signs that the cryptocurrency could explode, and John McAfee says, oh gosh, we could see $500,000 Bitcoin, or we could it's just ridiculous amounts. Well, there is true that is a possibility that could happen, but we're also going to see that here's an example for a cryptocurrency.
I wanted to ask you, Banker.
Yes.
I wanted to ask you a question so it doesn't turn quite into a monologue. I heard a story that a lot of people believe Monero gives you anonymity, and I heard a story about a guy who sold his Monero, and when he got to this country, they knew all about it and did an audit on him. So are a lot of people buying these cryptocurrencies thinking they have anonymity and they really don't?
And that's the thing, we are living in the technology world, and Monero is supposed to be the most secure and the most anonymous, and that's why we're seeing kind of a surge in Monero, and not really much of a surge. I think Monero is maybe at like $1 or something. Take a look at where Monero is right now. Let's look at the capitalization. Let's see, Monero, 247 is for Monero right now. That is down from, I think it was at its high at 400. Let's take a look at where it was. I don't believe that anything is anonymous. we are now seeing that, and what's is built into these algorithms. And this is the scary thing. There was a big push a few months ago where, blockchain itself had a bug that, they're saying that there was, pornographic images in the blockchain that were, associated to child pornography, and that these are images that are inside the blockchain. So even anybody holding that particular Bitcoin could be charged with a crime because they actually are holding something that has some sort of illegal substance built into the blockchain. These are very, very serious bugs that are within the blockchain. And when you ask me, could there be a possibility that, the anonymity is really not anonymous? Well, that's possibly true, because every single signature that's connected to that particular blockchain is connected to somebody, and that can be traced, Monero or not.
Okay. So how do you want to wrap this today?
Well, one of the things that I wanted to thank you for allowing me to come on today and talk a little bit about what we're, and we've got the market opening up here. One of the things that I really wanted to say is, our investments that we're working on, we sold out of all of our positions the other day, but now we're back in. But we're back in looking at the energy and also the water purification side of things, because of course one of the things that are stocks that we are most focused on, not only crypto but the REIT and pot industry as well. And one of the things that's really started to take off right now is the water purification industry. And so I'd say, keep an eye on that industry, and keep an eye on some things that are outside of tech to really push your stocks forward and your investments forward.
Okay, and the best way for people to get in touch with you anonymously would be what?
Actually, no. That you can email me. I'll give you guys my name. It's no problem. It's Don Adams. That's DONADAMS at JEDCRED. That's JEDCRED.io. Again, that's Don Adams at JEDCRED.io. And I'm Don Adams, and the banker. You can call me, whatever you'd like to, and we'd love to talk to some people, because we really would like to create a good team on this as well.
Okay, Don, and I'm looking forward to your ICO coming out, because if Elon Musk survives and we do get to Mars, I believe that we'll be able to use your Star Wars currency anywhere in the cosmos.
I think it'd be just fun to have, wouldn't it? It's an interesting concept, and I think it's just something fun that we can kind of look outside the box of this anonymity and just have some fun with crypto again, because that's what it's all about. This is what stocks and trading and all this is all about. It's not just about making the money; it's also about having fun.
Yeah. So, in talk about having fun, I'm going to get some and try and pay a bar tab with it.
Hey, that'd be cool. Say I got some Star Wars crypto. What a great way to start a conversation.
Okay, and someone's requesting your Twitter handle.
Oh yes, it's at Galactic Credits, and you can just find me at Galactic Credits. So that's Galactic Credits with an S at the end. You can find me on there, real easy.
Okay, Don, have a great weekend. Thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you, Dale, for having me on. I appreciate it. God bless you.
And your bearish stance on crypto into the fall. So thank you very much.
Thank you, brother.
All right.
Have a great day. All right, God bless.
Thank you. And that's it for us. That's it for us, F.A.C.E. Have a great weekend. Do your work and get ready for next week, or I'll see you in the private chat. And remember, don't just count your pips, count your blessings. See everyone on Monday. Adios.